Okay, good evening and welcome to the sample video for this fingerprint sensor and used with Arduino Mega. And later we will be activating a relay by the fingerprint. And at this project, a relay will be controlling this solenoid as for locking and unlocking door. So what it really does is something like this. This solenoid is a 12 volts solenoid, which is normally, if there is no power or you do not connect 12 volts in the wires, it is basically it is open because this is the lock, so it is an open door. So if you apply 12 volts to that wire, this solenoid will be energized, the coil will be energized, and it will push this spring towards that way, so it will become locked. So to control the unlocking and locking the door, what we did is just when we place these two wires to the positive and negative of 12 volts, we just cut off one of the wires. Okay. So from this wire, let's say this wire here, we just cut this one. We'll have two ends. We'll place it on the relay. Okay, these two ends, we'll place it on the relay, normally open, and the common pin. So what the relay does is just connect these wires or disconnect this wire. If the relay connect these wires, then the solenoid will turn on, and if the relay disconnect the wires, the solenoid will turn off. So the solenoid is always connected to a 12 volts supply, but the relay will be the one to control if the relay will connect or disconnect the circuit. Here it's also, you will be using an app which is from Android, so we need a HC05 Bluetooth module to connect to the Android, or they will be connected via Bluetooth. Okay, so we have TX and RX, we have the VCC, and we have the ground to be connected to the Mega also. So you see here we have TX and RX, and the fingerprint also uses TX and RX colored white and green. So we need an Arduino Mega for that project, because Arduino Mega has 4 TX0, RX0 up to TX3, RX3, so it can have maximum of 4 serial communication line. So the relay will just be the one to disconnect and connect the solenoid. That means it will be the one to close or open this lock. So for now, let's have a demo on how to use this biometrics, or let's say fingerprint sensor. So just power it up by the Arduino. Actually, it will be powered by the Arduino 5 volts and ground, and this is its RX and TX pins, which is also connected to RX and TX of Arduino Mega. So here from the code, we have a sample code which is called FPS enroll with Mega. So it can be used to enroll your fingers to the sensor so that it will recognize your fingers. So just upload this one. I just copied this from a tutorial on the internet, so just copy the code. It's from Adafruit, because this sensor is Adafruit, a genuine Adafruit sensor. So let's see the serial monitor. This is to enroll the finger. So found fingerprint sensor, ready to enroll a fingerprint. Type in the ID number you want. Okay, actually it has a continuation. ID number you want to save this finger as. So let's say I'll save this finger as ID number 1. Enter. Enrolling ID, waiting for valid finger to enroll as number 1. So you can see if it's waiting, it will be lighting green. So I will enroll my pointer finger as finger number 1. Let's say this is person 1. So I'll just place it here. We'll say image taken, image converted, remove finger and place the same finger again. So another trial. so that it will have two samples. Okay. Image taken, image converted, and creating model for number 1. Fingerprints did not match, so that's because I did not place it very well, so I'll check again for number 1. Okay, waiting for valid ID, so I'll just hold this very well so that I can have a good catch on the image. So image taken, and remove finger and place the same finger again. I will just lift this up, place the finger very well to have a good, and it will say prints match, ID1 stored, ready to enroll a fingerprint. Type in the ID number you want to save. Let's say I'll save another finger of mine, let's say number 2. So this is waiting for valid finger to enroll as number 2. So I will use my this one, my what's this, middle finger for my left pointer finger for number 2. So I'll just carry this up, and okay. So we have here image taken, remove finger, place the same finger again. So I'll place it again. So it will say it is stored. So now I have already enrolled 2 persons. Actually, I just enrolled 2 fingers of mine. Actually, it can enroll up to, it says 64,000 fingers. So I think it's more than enough. So after the enroll, basically this is just to let the fingerprint sensor memorize the fingertips that we will enroll. So the next video, we will be having the second part that's called FPS comparison. That means this is the one that compares the fingerprint if they are very validated or not. So we have here FPS comparison. So I will set up the circuit first so that if the finger is validated or verified, or it is enrolled, it will turn on a light on the relay, or that means the relay will connect this normally open and common. I will not use normally close, and then if it's not validated, it will not turn on this relay. Thank you.